This is your tutorial on the volume and surface area of spheres and cones. I'm going to go through the basics with you now so that in class we should be able to go straight on to applying this knowledge to A grade questions with more complex ideas. Along with the video you should have a worksheet, and each example in the video links to a question on the worksheet. So if you follow the steps you should be able to answer all of the questions without too much trouble. The vital thing to remember in this topic is the formula sheet, which you will find at the front of your exam paper. And you can see there's a lot on here, but what's really key here is that you've got formulae for the volume of a sphere, which is here, the surface area of a sphere, which is there, the volume of a cone, and the curved surface area of a cone. So any questions involving these things, you're going to need to remember to go back to the formula sheet and find that key formula. And I've copied these formulae onto your worksheet, so you won't have to keep coming back to this part of the video. You just need to look there. And once you've got the correct formulae for your question, correct formula, all you need to do is substitute in the correct measurements. So let's have a look at some questions. Okay, in this question I want to find the volume of a sphere. So firstly I'm going to look at my formulae and I can see that the volume of a sphere is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So I've got my little cubed up there. Okay, so 4 over 3 pi r cubed. Now hopefully you recognise r will be the radius, okay? And in this question, as we know, the radius goes from the centre to the edge and it's 14. So what I need to do is just substitute that 14 in. So what I've got is 4 over 3 times pi times 14 cubed, and that's what you need to put in your calculator. For the 4 over 3 you can use your fraction button, then you need to find pi, you might need to use the shift button for that, so have a go at that, and then you've got 14 cubed, so there's a lot of things you need to find there, so take a moment to do that. When you get your answer it might come out with pi included, and if that happens you need to press the S to D button to get a full answer with all the decimal places. And that's what you should write down first. And once you've written that down, they may ask you to write your answer to 2 decimal places, for example. So all you need to do is round that to 2 decimal places. If you can't remember how to do that, then look back to when we did rounding. And the final thing we need to do is put on our units. So we know it's volume and we know it's centimetres. So we should remember that it's going to be centimetres cubed. So that should help you to answer question 1 on your worksheet. You might want to pause now and have a go. Okay, next one is surface area of a sphere, which if we look on our formulae will be 4 pi r squared, and using this image we've got 4 pi 14 squared because the radius is 14. So all we need to do is multiply that all together and we should get 2463.00864. Again, if you've got a pi in your answer, you need to be pressing S to D on your calculator, and we need to round that, so we should have 2463.01, and this time it's area, it's surface area, so it's going to be centimetres squared. And that should help you with question 2 on your worksheet. Okay, curved surface area of a cone is exactly what it says on the tin really. It's the area of the curved part of the cone. Okay, so not including the base. And if we find the formula for that, it's pi times the radius times L. And if you look on the picture on the formula sheet, it tells you that L is this diagonal height here. So what we've got in this question is pi times the radius of 3 times the diagonal height of 9. And this is what you should get for that. And if you round that, you'll get 84.82 to 2 decimal places. And because it's area, it's going to be centimetres squared if this is centimetres. It doesn't tell us in this question, so always check what the units are. It could be metres, it could be kilometres. You can't assume that it's going to be centimetres. For the total surface area of a cone, what I need is what I just found, which is the curved surface area, plus the base. And finding the area of the base should be quite easy because, as you know, the area of a circle is pi r squared. And here we know that the radius is 3. So if we put that into our calculator, we should get 28.2743388. Now we need to keep it with all the decimal places and we need to add it to our original answer for the curved surface area. So in our calculator we need to add these full answers. If you add the rounded answers together, you might be slightly out of your final answer. So in the end you should get this, or something very close to it. Calculators do slightly differ with their rounding. And when we round that to 2 decimal places, this is what we should get. And again, if we're going to say that this is centimetres, then this will be centimetres squared. Okay, so we've just added together the curved surface area with the base to find the total surface area of this cone. And the last one is volume of a cone. So that's 1/3 pi r squared times the height. And the height, as you should be able to see on the picture from your formula, is the height going straight up perpendicular to the base at a right angle to the base. So it's this 20 here. So I've got 1/3 times pi times 12 squared times the height of 20. And we put that in our calculator, and this is what you should have got. And then we're going to round it to 2 decimal places. And this one is volume, and if we say that that's in metres, then it will be metres cubed. Okay? That's the end of the video, so hopefully you'll now be able to answer each of those questions on your sheet. If not, rewind, have another look at what I've done in the particular question you're stuck on, and otherwise come and find me before the lesson.